Howdy, I'm Josh, and welcome to the Client Portal Settings. Let's start with the domain setup. This is where you would give your clients access to the client portal. There's two ways to do so. If you don't have a custom domain, which I highly suggest that you do, you can use a subdomain that is linked underneath one of GoHighLevel's domains that they own and they manage. You just come in here and edit this name, and you can change that at any point. But I do suggest that once you set it, leave it. Don't make future adjustments, because once you've sent out that link to your clients, they're going to use that same link over and over again. And if you adjust it, then they're going to lose access to it, and you'll have to resend that domain out. But I would highly suggest you use a custom domain. This is going to be a domain that you manage, that you own. You'll come in here and add and modify this domain. Of course, in your case, you won't have anything here. This will redirect to Cloudflare or to GoDaddy or wherever you manage your DNS settings, and it'll automatically push those updates there. Just make sure to provide access to Lead Connector or GoHighLevel on the back end, and it'll push those DNS settings automatically. And then you can come in here and modify that domain and select the domain that you want as your custom domain. In my case, I used thehub.egrowthlab.com. I also have joshuasandifor.com. I could have used either one of those primary domains and just changed the subdomain at the beginning. You could also do something like clienthub.egrowthlab.com as the name. So just choose that subdomain preceding the primary domain, and that's going to be the domain that you send out to your people. Click on Update once you're happy with all your settings. Next, we'll go to App Permissions. This is where you can see all of the child apps that are available to offer to your clients and users. Communities, courses, affiliates, billing, subscriptions, contracts, estimates, and shared files. All of these can be added to the account. You can also choose the primary landing page that you want people to land on, such as home, communities, courses, and affiliates. Now, things to note. Inside of the child apps, let's take, for example, the billing and subscriptions. If you want to give someone access to manage their subscription, you need to make sure that the email inside of the client app that they used to join the client app is the same as the subscription email that they used to sign up. These need to be associated in order for them to have access to managing their subscription. Same thing for the contracts. If you send out a contract, make sure that the email that you send them is the same as the one that they use to log into the client app. If there's a mismatch, they're not going to have access to it, and you may need to join some type of users and choose an email at the contract or contact section inside of your GoHighLevel account. That's the app permission section. Make sure to click on Save Settings once you've adjusted the access that you want. These can be disabled by clicking on the checkbox and unchecking it. Next, this is a fairly new access, which is the chat widget. If you click on chat widget, you can choose which chat widget you want to provide access to. This will be cross-platform inside of all of the client portal sections that are available here underneath the pages. So you click on this drop-down, choose the chat widget that you want to enable, and then it takes a little while. It took mine about an hour to turn on, but it was released whenever I enabled it a few days ago. So choose whichever pages you want people to have access to that chat widget. And just note that whatever knowledge base you've changed or trained that chat widget to, that is the one that is going to be enabled inside the account. So make adjustments accordingly. Click on Save Settings here. Next, you have branding. This is going to be the portal name, which will show up here, as well as in the tabs inside the browser. Next, you have portal description, which will show up below that. You have brand color 1, which is going to be the primary color around here. And in our case, don't see a ton of the branding here just because I'm on app.clientclub.net. But if I went to the hub.egrowthlab.net, I would see a lot more of those settings. Let me show you that. For example, you could see the manage my account has turned red underneath the colors that I've chosen for my client portal. Next, on brand color 2, you have the favicon, which will show up inside the browser tabs. Portal image will be the primary image, and of course the logo, which will be the logo that's visible here at the top of the client portal section. You have the ability to add a copyright and support email. Below this, you have some custom JS, CSS, header code and footer code that you can add to do something like Google GA4 Analytics or other tracking apps if you'd like to pull some analytics for this account. Next, you have language settings. The available ones are English, Spanish, French, and German, Dutch, Italian, Danish, Norwegian, Finnish, and Swedish. Make sure to save your settings after you have made those adjustments. Now, this is the biggest section inside of the client portal settings at the moment, which is email settings. You have client portal communities, certificates, and courses available. Underneath invoice created, you can choose to enable or disable that. When it's enabled, you will notify members about their invoices with a default template. You can click on the eye in order to look at a preview of that email. But of course, you can click on default template and you can edit this selected template inside the account. If you want to go and edit the default template, you could do so here, which would click on a new email and you could proceed to copy the default one and create a new one and go and edit this. This will help create a unique brand and identity for your account and make sure that each one of these are different from the previous communications, which will help them stand out. Of course, you have estimates created, contracts created. Underneath communities, you have a lot of settings. Obviously, send invitation email is going to be selected by default. You can adjust the template, but you can't disable this. You have group membership status emails, joined, approved, declined, new member request, declined and removed by admin, added to a private channel. You have general group emails, which is new comment reply, like on post, like on comment, tagged in post everyone, tagged in comment everyone, content approved, new calendar event created. Learning courses section, new courses added, new group learning alert, course unlocked, time-based unlocked, or course unlock, level-based, and private channel. Then you have subscription and payments, group payment successful admin, group subscription canceled user, and then you have successful payments for users and admins, subscription canceled for admin and users. Role changes, you have member role upgraded to channel and group ownership changed. Of course, all of these, you can adjust the default template and make it customized to yours. If I click on one of these default templates, you can visualize what is available right now or the default templates. And of course, you can go and make whatever adjustments you want. This is what one of those email previews would look like. Just make sure to keep some of those custom values that are inside the default one so you communicate the original intent of that email. Next, you have certificates, which you have some defaulted one that can't be turned off, but the credential expired is the one that you can turn on and off. And you can, of course, adjust the default templates. Underneath courses, you have the ability to edit a send welcome email, send drip email, offer access, new comments in courses, and new course material unlocked. Woo! Several of those email settings. That should be the final setting inside of client portal settings. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of your account. Now, if this is a lot to handle and you need a little bit of help with all these client portal settings and of course managing your clients, because clients are a lot to manage, trust me, I've been there, then you are more than welcome to reach out to me. You can join the Go High Level Jumpstart community. I've got a bunch of support and help inside of there. And of course, if you want to, you can go to joshuasanderford.com. And I've got a bunch of resources on my website. The ones that I would push you towards is the free calculators here at the top, so you can calculate your profit, your Go High Level profit, rebilling profit, and ROAS. If you want to join High Level, you can click up here, join High Level, and I've got a ton of free resources, probably about $5,000 or $6,000 worth of stuff that I give away. If you want to join with my affiliate link, of course, you are one of the reasons why this channel is supported, so I appreciate that. But if you're already on High Level and you need a little bit more support, go and scroll down here to Extendly for High Level, click on Get Extendly, and there's several services here that I'd recommend you take a look at. There's going to be a bunch of training videos that they have available. They have some free access and a knowledge base. This is going to be 24/7 white label support for your agency. And this is a huge godsend for me because once I hit like 5 to 10 clients inside of my white label SaaS, I actually signed up with them a little bit earlier than that, and they started servicing a lot of my clients. So the onboarding process they can take care of. with some additional add-ons, but the tech support on a day-to-day basis, all the questions that I kept on getting email sends and questions from my clients, they started managing a lot of that inside of their widget. And it's been a huge help. So it's great to be sponsored by them, and I appreciate all of their support along the way. And if you need some of that, then I would highly suggest setting up. Things to note: GHL Training 101, A2P course snapshot, 24/7 live chat support, done for you A2P registration. Those things alone are a huge help. They also have a theme customizer, a knowledge base kind of base editor. So on top of that, they have live sales coaching, they have mastermind calls, they have purchase nurture sequences, snapshots, a dedicated account manager depending on the account that you sign up for. So I highly recommend it. If not, just join these free GHL coaching calls, because they have a bunch of those like Monday, Wednesday, Friday throughout the week, and you can get a bunch of free support from them just by joining some of those calls. So I appreciate you sticking around through the end of this video, and hopefully that gives you a good overview of the client portal settings. It's a powerful tool, and I've been using it for a long time. So if you have any questions, drop them down below, and I'd appreciate a subscribe as well as a like if this video was useful. I will see you in the next video. Signing off.